So, here are a few tips to help you with registering your business as you're working to establish a solid foundation for your company. And registering your business is important to consider because when you register it, you establish it as a legal entity and you can get certain benefits like limited personal liability, or you can get tax breaks and apply for grants and loans. But let me start by saying that I am not a tax professional. So I'm not going to be giving tax advice in this video. I am going to be going over an overview of the process for registering your business. So it is a good idea to talk to a tax professional to get some tax advice and decide what business structure will work best for your needs. So the first thing you want to do is choose your business name. And you're going to want to go to the Secretary of State's website for your state to make sure that the name that you chose isn't already being used. And as you can see, there are more details about how to find your state's Secretary of State website, but all of that can be accessed from sba.gov. Now, the next thing you want to do is choose a business structure. And I'm going to give you a brief overview of each structure, and then you'll see a more detailed description listed on the screen. But I think it's important to say again that it is a good idea to talk to a tax professional so that you can get some tax advice to see which business structure is going to work best for your needs and your unique circumstances. Now, there are 5 business structures that are the most commonly used, and the first one is sole proprietorship. So with this business structure, one person owns and operates the company, and you are personally responsible for your company's liabilities. Okay, so next up is general partnership, where 2 or more persons agree to do business together. And you can do a verbal agreement or a written agreement, though a written agreement, of course, is advised. And with this business structure, both partners are personally responsible for the company's liabilities. Now, next up is a limited liability partnership, which is established very similarly to the way that a general partnership is established. The only difference is that in most states, in an LLP, the partners are shielded from the company's liability. So next up is a limited partnership. And in this type of partnership, there's a limited partner and a general partner. And the biggest difference between these 2 types of partners is that the limited partner doesn't want to do any of the day-to-day managing of the business. And they're also only personally liable as much as they invest into the company. Whereas the general partner is personally responsible for the company's liabilities and also does do the day-to-day managing of the company. Now, the last business structure type is a corporation, and this is the most complex structure to get set up, and it's also the most expensive to get set up. But you can have investors to raise capital with a corporation, and neither the owners nor the investors are personally responsible for the company's liabilities. And as you can see, the 4 most common types of corporations are listed on the screen. So the next thing you need to do after you choose a business structure is choose your state of domicile. And the state that you initially register your business in is your business's home state. Now, keep in mind that you do not have to form your business in the state that you are located. But if you do form your business in another state, you have to consider regulatory filings, fees, taxes, and potential penalties for more than one state. So after you choose your state of domicile, you need to register your business with the Secretary of State. And when you do this, you need to check licensing requirements because some states require general business licenses, while other states require licenses for certain professions like selling alcohol or tobacco or firearms, for example. And there are also industry licenses to consider like banking and insurance, or you may even need building permits. But all of these regulations and requirements can be found on the Secretary of State's website for your state. Now, after you've checked for licensing requirements, you'll need to file your company's formation paperwork. So this paperwork, as applicable, will discuss your company's board of directors and the bylaws and the articles of incorporation, and templates for all of these documents can be found on the Secretary of State's website. Now, as you're registering your business, you will need to pay the applicable filing fees, which range from about $40 to $500, depending on the business structure. And you'll also want to check the Secretary of State's website to see how often reports need to be filed. Now, if you choose a corporation or a partnership, you'll need to choose a registered agent who can receive tax and legal documents on your behalf. And the nice thing is that you can be your own registered agent if you want to. And the last thing you need to do is register for taxes. And corporations and partnerships will need to apply for a federal employer identification number, which is also known as an EIN. And depending on your business, you may need to register for a mix of employment, sales and use, corporate income, or franchise taxes. And you can check your state's revenue department website for information about your unique circumstances. And as you can see, the website is listed on the screen. So those are my tips for y'all this week. Make sure you like, follow, or subscribe for more. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon.